Hi, so I just wanted to talk to you about what 360 breathing is. So if you think about how many breaths a day that you take, and how you're breathing and where that oxygen is going, it's kind of important how we breathe. So we're quite stressed nowadays, we're rushing around everywhere, and we're probably taking quite shallow breaths, so we're not fully utilising the oxygen that comes into our lungs. We're not sending it to the tissues, to the organs. So I wanted to teach you a technique called the 360 breath, and this is where we try and practice sending the breath in a whole 360 around the body, so that oxygen is sending rejuvenating those cells, helping the red blood cells and the white blood cells circulate around the body. It's helping those muscles and tissues, and we're just breathing better. We're utilising the oxygen a lot better than we do when we're taking little shallow breaths. Okay, so to start off with, I'm going to use a band today, a resistance band, but you can use your hands, you can use a scarf if you've got a scarf, and if you're pregnant then use a scarf, but maybe don't tie it as hard, just have it so you can make it feel the difference. So yeah, I just want you to get something just underneath where your rib cage is, just underneath your bra strap. I just want you to cross the band over and just create a little bit of tension so you can kind of feel it around the rib cage. So to start off with, we're going to try and send your breath to the side of the rib cage. So it's diaphragmatic breathing. We're trying to, when you inhale, you're trying to feel that the sides expand out. So as you inhale, so you're going to inhale through your nose and then exhale through your mouth. So just try that 3 or 4 times, where every time you inhale, you want to try and visualise and send that breath to the sides, the rib cage. So after you've done that a few times and you feel like you've got it, we're now going to try and add another layer on. So it's all about layering, and you stop when you can't layer anymore, and then you just keep practicing until you eventually get the whole 360 breath. So the next part is you're going to inhale, you're going to send that breath to the side, the rib cage, but you're also going to try and get it to the back as well. So you're trying to send that whole rib cage out to the sides and round to the back of the rib cage. So again, you're going to inhale and blow that breath out. And just do that again, inhale. And then blow out again, exhale. And do that a few times, again trying to visualise the sides and the back of the rib cage on that inhalation coming out. And then as you exhale, everything should come back in. Okay, so the next step, once you've got the sides, the back, we're now going to get the front of the rib cage, so kind of just round here, the front. So again, I want you to inhale on the inhalation. You're trying to send that breath to the front, the side, and the back. Okay, so again, you're going to inhale and then blow that breath out. And again, inhale and exhale, that's it. And again, there should be no tension, the shoulders don't rise up to the ears when you inhale, your belly doesn't fully expand and blow out as you inhale. We're trying to send that breath all the way around, so it's not just going to one specific area. Again, we're layering up, so maybe that's enough for you, but if you can do the front, the side and the back, then I want you to then aim kind of down at your lower abdomen. So you're going to send it down to your lower abdomen and then down to kind of the pelvic floor, the pubic area as well. So again, we're trying to get that whole ring, that 360 breath. And this is the bit where people can struggle. So if they're not breathing properly, if they've got a lot of stuck tissue around the diaphragm and the rib cage, if they've got pelvic floor dysfunction or abdominal separation, that breath may not be able to travel down to the lower abdomen and the pelvic floor and the pubic area as well as it could do. So this is where Massage is great, so going to see somebody who specialises in diaphragmatic borders and rib cages and pelvic basin massage to help you loosen off any stuck tissue in that area. So we're going to do the same again. You're going to inhale, you're going to send it to the front, the side, the back, and then really try and bring in that whole abdominal, lower abdominals, pelvic floor, pelvis, and really feel that connection. So as you inhale, you should try and feel the sides, the front and the back expand, and really try, you may have to close your eyes to do this, visualise sending that breath all the way down to the lower abdomen, the pelvic floor, and you should, as you inhale, feel that pelvic floor kind of drop and relax. So the diaphragm and the pelvic floor have this kind of synergistic relationship. So as you inhale, the diaphragm contracts and the pelvic floor should relax, and then as you exhale, the pelvic floor should contract and the diaphragm should relax. So it should work in synergy together. But again, pelvic floor dysfunctions, abdominal separation, rib cage, if you're a rib thruster and you stick your rib cage out, if you're not breathing properly, if you've got bad mechanical breathing techniques, all this can play a part in that synergistic relationship. So let's try that a few times. So again, if you want your band, you can still use your band. So you're going to inhale through your nose and send that breath to the front, the side, the back, lower abdomen, all the way down to the pelvic floor. And then as you exhale, blow that breath out. Feel the abdominals come in, feel the pelvic floor connect and strengthen and come up. And then relax it away. So there you have it. That's the kind of whole 360 breath, bringing in the relationship between the core and the diaphragm and the pelvic floor and the back, the rib cage. And I hope that explains to you why breathing and the way you breathe is so important. We go into this in a lot more detail in my Every Woman 6-week foundation course, and every week we're really conscious of the way we breathe and how we breathe, and we really work on that core and pelvic floor connection on the exhalation. So if you'd like more information about the courses or how I can help you with maybe the massage to kind of free up any of that loose tissue, then go to my website www.totalwellbeing.co.im. Okay, bye!